Hello, Sharon. How are you? Oh, microphone. Yeah, see? Hello, Sharon. Sure nice to hear that your mom's on the mend. Huh. Interesting. 2 comments there, 1 comment there. Never a dull moment with this set of stuff. Oh, I forgot to turn Pac-Man on. Can't do the show without Pac-Man. Good evening, Candy. How are you? Come here, Dash. Hello, Jameson. Come here. If you hurry, I'll throw it. Oh, look at the ball. No, you can't. Goofus, get it. I can't get it. Get the ball. Right there, Dash. Right there. There you go. Come here. You goof. There you go. Throwing the ball. That didn't sound good. Throwing the ball for the dog. So I wonder if I should start later. Because I was update. I'm back to 4. Dasher. Blue says hello. Blue's watching. Yeah, back up to 7. Who knows? Okay, I'm nervous again because, like, for 5 shows in a row, everything's worked. One more day, hurry. Ah, Dash, come on. Oh, you goof, get it. She drops at my feet, which, since I'm in a tall stool, there's no way I can get to. You ready? See? Okay, that's enough, Dasher. Stop. That's it. Good girl. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. Well, hello, Ziggy. How are you, my friend? Did you figure out your Craigslist problem? I'm guessing not. Oh, no! Hang on. There you go. There you go, and there ain't no more. Hello, Facebook, YouTube, and all the world. David R. Day here. I don't know what happened. Had a camera crash. Kind of a usual thing around here. Tonight, well, tonight we're going to talk about some bad jokes, some old jokes. I'm going to tell you some of my favorite jokes. And then I'm going to talk about one of my very favorite pictures I've been working on. Tell you why I took that, where I took it, all of that. So, what do you say we get right started? So I asked this simple question because, man, things have been interesting. I swear, things have been interesting for like the last 4 years and months. I don't know what's going on. capitals in the riot. I'm not going to get political, but I just thought maybe we all could use a little laugh. So I asked my Facebook friends, and boy, did you come through in spades. So I'm going to share a few of these jokes. I think it's up to like 50 now, and this was a couple hours ago when I did this, 23 hours after I posted it. For those of you who are wondering about the coyote, I'll do the coyote on Tuesday because these jokes were just too good, and I get more viewers on Friday nights than I do on Tuesdays, so I thought I'd give you the very best comments. So this started when my friend David Lloyd Wren, David LW, DLW, posted one of his great goofus dad jokes. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's just see if some of the rest of my friends have got some fun stuff. So this also comes from David. David's a very funny man, and I'm not just talking about how he looks. He's a great guy, a good father, good hard worker. And considering I've had some pretty serious congestion lately, I thought this was good. How do you tell if a vampire is sick? By his coffin. All right, let's bring a few others in here. This is from my friend Kevin Winslow. This is one of my all-time favorites, so if you know about an Albertsons, you know. You probably have read this, but I'll go through it. A couple goes to a priest. He says they can't have sex before marriage. So unfortunately, they go back, and he says, I've lost control. My wife was bent over getting peas out of the freezer, and I couldn't resist. The priest says, well, that means you're not going to be able to be allowed in the church. And the gentleman said, that's okay. I'm not allowed in Albertsons either. You know, I don't think it's going to work for me to tell you these jokes. Here, let's throw these in. Kind of ruins it. So this is a great old joke. String walks into the bar. We don't serve strings here. The string leaves, comes back after he's tidied himself up, and he said, I'm not a string. I'm afraid not. And how do you catch a polar bear? Well, you cut in the ice, put frozen peas, and then when he stops to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole. All right, obviously, I didn't think this through because you can read them. I guess you don't really need me to speak them too. So let's go straight to my favorite bar jokes. You probably know that I bartended. A lot of you know. I've served a lot of you. Yeah, I've served most of you, in fact. I worked for years at the Blues Bouquet. I also worked at 10th Street Station. I worked at Milford's. I did a few shifts at the old Murphy's. I got around. Plus, I catered hundreds of weddings. Not only weddings, but bar mitzvahs, company parties, all sorts of things through Joe's Traveling Bar. I worked a lot as a bartender. And one of the things I did was I kind of collected bar jokes. So let me tell you a few new jokes that were not on the list. These are some of my all-time favorites because I really think we need some positivity in the world. You know, this may not be the very best of my, here, we'll throw this in. This may not be the very best of my content, but man, I gotta tell you these jokes. I'll try to do my very best Johnny Carson or any Johnny Carson used to always do this. So a $5 bill walks into the a bar, and the bar says, sorry, we can't serve you. This is a singles bar. The bartender says, we don't serve time travelers here. A time traveler walks into the bar. That's for you nerds out there. An E flat. B should be able to get this one. An E flat walks into the bar. The bartender says, anybody know the answer to this one? We don't serve minors. And the past, the present, and the future walk into a bar. It was tense. And a play on one of my all-time favorites. A man walks into a bar owned by horses. The bartender says, why the short face? All right, my friends. Oh, boo. I got a howdy and an oh, boo. That's good. That's good. Hey, I'm doing something right if I got a boo from B. And you know what? I'm going to save the bad one for the very last. I'm going to tell you one of my all-time favorite jokes, and it includes Ziggy Z. So this inspirational quote up there, for those of you who have been with us a while, in the very beginning, one of the things we really emphasized is trying to get people to wear a mask and do their social distancing. And our motto of those early shows, because we were also having a little trouble with people being a little mean, either to each other, and this got to be our early show's motto: don't be a dick. And that is still really good advice. So I promise you pretty pictures. Pretty pictures are probably better than bad jokes, although I don't know. I like the bad jokes. So how about this? So what is it with this photograph? Oh, I got two pictures up. Okay, we're just going to leave it at that. So this is a photograph of the South Fork of the Boise River. As many of you know, I'm working on a book. I'm working currently on the Boise River section. On Tuesday, I talked about some interesting Boise River facts. This image is taken just about, let's see, I'm guessing it is probably 10 miles as the river flows, maybe, no, it's more than that. Probably 20 miles from the Lucky Peak Dam before the Anderson Ranch Dam. If you go out Blacks Creek Road and keep going up there, you head towards towards Fairfield, and that's where this is. You have to come off the road a pretty good distance. I was testing one of my new rigs, probably the one I'm driving now. I'm taking the old Ford out, wandering around, getting a little bit off the road. Of course, 2 summers ago we had a really nasty fire and it came, but as often happens, nature's tragedies lead to really good photographs. So I love the contrast here. You can see how the forest is coming back, how some of it's saved. So you have some green, you have that rough, ragged edge that frames it. And then of course you have the big, beautiful blue river flowing up to the great mountains and the clouds behind it. And that's what really makes this image really stand out. It will certainly be the lead image, almost certainly will be the lead image of the Boise section of my book, of Idaho Waters, I'm now calling it. This actually might make it into something the equivalent of the back flap. I don't think it will be the cover. I have a little different image in mind for the cover. Of course, as always, I so much appreciate your all's comments on these images. My photography, my publishing, my all of my books, everything I do is really shaped by the information that you give me, the feedback you give me when I do my Facebook posts, and of course when I get out. It's even more important now because I don't get to display my work anywhere. I was supposed to display at St. Luke's, and I've not heard from them, and it's only 20 days away. That show may have been canceled. It's really hard now to get legitimate, honest feedback on my work. So those of you who comment and tell me what you like, and certainly even probably more important, what you don't like about my images on Facebook, I greatly appreciate that. If any of you do not know, I have a private Facebook group for just the information about my book. And if you would like to join that, just send me an instant message or comment here, and I will put you into that group. I think, as far as I can tell, I believe everybody, now there's 10 people on, I've only got about 5 comments. There may be some people out there that are not involved in my my book group, and if you would like to, I would certainly, if you enjoy this at all, then you'll almost certainly enjoy the book. That's great. Hey, Carol, that's a very kind thing to say. Carol said that she hasn't seen anything that she doesn't like. That's pretty good. Your what do you call him? Your gentleman friend will tell you that I have taken lots of images that aren't very good. So And of course, B, in talking about this image that nature always comes through. Let's hope. Oh, almost got political. I don't want to be political. So thank you so very much for the information. I do really, as I said, I'd appreciate it. So if you want to join my Facebook group, I would appreciate that. So I promised you all, let's see if I'm smart enough to do this. Yes, I am. So here's the setup. A rabbi, a Republican, a fairy godmother, and a hooker walk into the Blues Bouquet with a Ziggy. What's the punchline? Well, I looked at Dan and Monica, Kitty and Joe, and I said, hey, what is this? Some sort of a joke? Had to work pretty hard at that one. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Friday evening. I so very much hope you have a grand weekend. I will give you a bit of a COVID update. I do believe I'm probably one of the long haulers. You may be able to hear it in my voice. I'm still having some pretty serious shortness of breath and some fatigue. The great news is my wife is so much better. She worked almost the full week this week. I think she's looking forward to having an easy... I'm expecting that, I'm hoping that you have an easy week, and this, although it doesn't actually say, it says Ziggy never needed a hooker. I didn't say you needed the hooker, Zig. I said you walked into the Blues Bouquet with her. And I know for a fact, although you may not have known that she worked a little on the side, that you have come into the bar and been with a, what do they call them, a professional. So there you go. All right, my friends. This is David Arday. As always, if you want to know more about me, go to davidarday.com. If you would like to see one of these images or one of these shows, I post them to Facebook, and you can join me there. It's David Arday Creative. Candy is kind enough to have subscribed, and I don't know if any of the rest of you have. So I would love if you would subscribe. Facebook wants you to have, or YouTube likes to have you 100 before you get legitimate. I think I have maybe 12. I'm a long ways from 100, but it's a nice, easy, convenient place to put this. So, not a bad show. Even if I did maybe overthink how funny those jokes would be, I'd forgotten that maybe all of you had seen it. So, let's get out, my friends. To quote the beautiful Wendy Lee, bye-bye. Please, stay positive and test negative.